What's up, guys? Welcome to another vlog. My name is Adam, my partner is Gabi, and for the last 10 years, Gabi and I have been traveling around the world as nomads. Since about 2019, we've spent most of our time in Mexico and the United States. And later this month, we're actually about to head out on a really cool road trip down the west coast of the United States, which you can find out more about on our other channel, Genital Electric. This week, Gabi and I had a cool opportunity to go to the fair that was here in Valladolid. We've been to fairs in a lot of places, but going to the fair here in Mexico is just a completely different experience. So I thought I would do a vlog and take you along with us and share some of the wild things we saw while we were there. Okay, so when we first arrived to the fair, we had to wait a huge line to get in, and it only cost 10 pesos per person. So we had to wait in a huge line to pay our 50 cents each. But once we walked in, we were completely overwhelmed and surprised by how huge and impressive this fair was, to be honest. I don't know what I was really expecting, but I wasn't expecting the size and magnitude of the crowds that were here, the kinds of rides that we saw. Yeah, it was just really impressive. I absolutely love this policeman costume. I've never seen a mascot policeman before, and I don't know why I'm surprised, but there was totally a chapel at the fair, and a little prayer spot. There were a lot of animals at the fair, but it wasn't like the farm animals that I was used to seeing at the county fairs where I grew up. Most of them were mostly for just taking pictures with, and occasionally we saw some animals as prizes. There were a lot of rabbits as game prizes, which was a little surprising. These were some of the best churros that I've ever had. They were so fresh, and I ordered them, and the lady asked me if I wanted to wait for the fresh ones. So I was like, hell yeah. Okay, this is something very special. And this is the flea market section of the fair, and I don't really know how to describe this other than these guys are just packing up offers on the fly and making different combinations and packages, and I don't know, there's just something to the chaos of this. I'm just gonna be quiet for a minute and let you listen.
Dani 1800, ya dije, salió más bonito, deme 250, deme 250, ahora se lo gana, 250, ya atrás, 250, se lo gana.
Honestly, I could stand and watch these guys do this all night, and it was so nonstop, and they go till very, very early hours in the morning, and it never stops, and people in the audience keep buying it, and if they don't, they just throw it aside and come up with a new package.
Te digo, Antonito, pero no estoy pensando, vámonos tenga, vámonos, el hermana, dale 7, dale otro, 800, soy otro, 800, dale otro, estás cansado, Antonito, dale 6, señores, vamos a incremento, cámbiame 500, vámonos, los 650 pesos, vámonos, 650, nos vamos, vámonos, 650.
Okay, this is the blanket salesman. This guy had blankets in every design. I couldn't believe the variety of blankets that he had. The BTS one obviously stands out, but I also saw him selling Seahawks blankets. He had an Oregon Ducks blanket. There's a Buzz Lightyear one, Stitch. Man, this guy had everything, and I don't know if you can tell, but that is a microphone that he has strapped around his face. They all have these microphones on their faces. It's insane. And again, it just is non-stop. He's calling out people in the audience, telling them to raise their hand. It took me a while to be able to understand what they were saying, but after watching this over and over again, and then going back for a second night to watch, I've started to understand kind of what's going on here. But man, it's madness. Okay, safety is something else. Imagine just tripping right in front of this thing. Like, I can imagine really being able to hurt yourself very badly here. if you're not careful, and that's one of the biggest differences between a fair here versus one in the United States. Like, safety is totally a factor. This was amazing. So crane games, you know, these are notoriously bad, but this one is like the most obviously rigged one I've ever seen. Watch this. It doesn't even close. Like the teeth don't even close. And yes, that's money strapped directly to the prizes. Okay, Gabi decided to give it a try. She was really interested in winning the prize that they had at this booth, and so she had to give it a try. Well, you're gonna see how it goes. Great aim. This is something else. Look at how this guy is launching this kid. I watched this happen over and over again. This guy's neck snaps back so hard on the second flip, it's unbelievable. Oh, that had to hurt. I guarantee you he was feeling that the next day. Oh, there they are. Pet rabbits as prizes. If you can just throw a ring over that bottle. Okay, the rides at this fair were way more intense than I was anticipating, and they go on for a very long time. This ride went on like this for well over 3 minutes, at least, and sometimes it just stops at the top there. Not for me anymore. This guy's hairdo is my favorite at the whole fair. I can imagine that this ride would be very disorienting. I did not get on. Those days are behind me now, but man, look at how they're flipping over. The best part of the fair was definitely the food. This guy's arrachera was out of this world. He is a legend in this town, and his place is actually only even open on the weekends. People come out every weekend just to get his arrachera. His name is Mellado. These were the biggest disappointment of the fair. These are gorditas de nata. And we thought they were going to be great. They looked like very soft and fluffy, kind of like brioche. But when they cut them open, they were actually a lot drier than we were expecting. And look how much jelly this guy smears on here. They came in 3 flavors: strawberry, Nutella, and lechera, which is sweetened condensed milk. So naturally, we decided to try all 3, which was a huge mistake. Yes, but no. Not really. After a few more bites, it was pretty obvious that we weren't going to finish these things. We ended up giving them away and throwing away most of them. Jackie seemed excited about it, but after tasting it, and nobody was really thrilled. These were really good. Mango, it's mango season right now, and with chamoy on top. It took me a little while of living in Mexico before I got into chamoy, but man, am I obsessed with this stuff now. I can't really describe it to you or tell you what it is. It's like a sweet tamarind chili sauce. I don't know, I'm probably getting that completely wrong, but it is delicious, especially on top of mangoes or in beer, surprisingly.
Talk to me. How is it?
Totally delicious. But then, like, chamoy.
So there you go. That's basically the fair experience in a nutshell for you. We had an amazing time. The flea market guys were my favorite. That first night at the fair, I recorded like a few minutes of those flea market guys selling their stuff, and the next day I just watched the video over and over and over again, trying to figure out what the heck they were saying. And I got hooked on it, man. It was so crazy. The energy in there it's so exciting, and there's so much going on. At one point, the guy was selling spoons, just 20 pesos at a time. Otro 20, otro 20, otro 20, 28, 28, otro más, otro más, otro más. It's so rhythmic, and the vibe gets going. It's like being at church or something, I don't know. But it was for sure my favorite part of the fair. It was so weird and unexpected, but I loved it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. I was really excited to share this fair experience with you guys. It's one of those things that living down here in Mexico, we have the opportunity to see such interesting, different things all the time, and I'm really excited to be able to share this one with you all. So stick around. Go check out our other channel, the Genital Electric channel, and see what we have going on there, because we have a really cool road trip down the West Coast coming up later in February. So we're gonna be traveling all the way from Seattle down to Tucson with a neon vulva sign. So go check it out, can't beat it. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you later.